Hello, hello, hello. Let's see if this works. Let's see if we are live. 1, 2, 3. Do I see our image there? Yes, it's the Big Friday quiz. Should we do some music? Pa para pa 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 para pa pa pa. Here we are. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. How
I'm
are you?
I'm fine as well. We are both fine.
We're both fine. My name is Melissa McAllister, and this is Bob Sweeney. And
Thank
this
you.
is the Big Friday Quiz.
Nice. So you can see that is the big Friday quiz from the wall behind us, and we are able to go up and down very easily. Yeah, also left and right. We are not very coordinated, but that doesn't matter. Let's see. I'm just waiting a few minutes to see if somebody else wants to join and to participate. So let me write in chat. Hello. Let's see who is there. I hope I sent the link today, but I think yes, but maybe a little bit too late. So I'm seeing that the viewers are increasing, so I think that the link is working, and I hope that you are there. Oh, hello, nice people. Ciao, Sara. Nice
Ciao,
to see you
Sara.
there. And well, yeah, usually. Oh, Alb. Hi, Alb. She's Jess. Jess, Alb in the chat. Very nice to see you there, Alb. And yeah, I think that 60 more seconds and we will start with the questions because tonight we have a very important topic that is
The social history of vegetables.
what have vegetables and social history to do with each other? Well, I don't know. Maybe Jess does know. Do you know?
Well, I mean, it's vegetables don't exist in isolation. They're not in a vacuum. Everything in our world is has got a social and a historical and a cultural and an artistic reference and context. And today we're going to be exploring that context of different vegetables and fruits.
Wow, super serious, Jess. Very professional. Thank you for this. So, without further ado, I don't know why I did say that. I don't really like it, but let's start with the first question. For the first question, we are going to have a little video of presentation because in my time, our time in Amsterdam, we used actually I used to do a little sketch around the Amsterdam pubs, and with the help of a dear friend called Dave that is in chat, and I Harper from Barcelona. With his help, yeah, we did this.
What do we want? What we want? What we want? We want a carrot rainbow. 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 We want a carrot revolution, and we want it now.
And yes, indeed, we want a carrot revolution. And the first question is indeed about carrots. So, which color carrot does not occur naturally? Purple, black, or blue? And by the way, I completely forgot the countdown tonight. But we
We'll
can,
do our own countdown.
yes, we are going to do an analog
I'll
countdown.
do the countdown.
Okay, so you can add your answers here. So which color carrot does not occur naturally? Like have you heard a carrot rainbow does exist? So in nature, carrots are coming in many different colors, and but not in one of those. So A, purple, B, black, or C, blue. So I give you
40,
some time to
40
think.
minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock.
We have purple carrots, blue carrots, black carrots, so it is A, B, or C. Um, okay, I see more people. Hi, mom. I see my mother in the chat. Ciao, mama.
Ciao.
So she also did B, and we are waiting for some more seconds.
10
And
seconds left.
10 seconds left. Yeah, I'm trying to see.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bup, 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 bup.
Okay, so the right answer was blue carrots. Blue carrots. Oh, Eduardo! Blue carrots does not occur in nature. So let me uh, write in the chat end of question one. Everything, all of this is completely live, as you can imagine, because I cannot forecast the future and see your chat. So carrots do not occur in nature in blue. So let's go to the next question. Hi, Eduardo. Next question is, okay. Do you want to read this?
Which fruit got its name changed to avoid paying an import tax? Is it A, kiwi, B, watermelon, or C, pineapple?
Indeed. So this question needs to be explained a little bit. So practically, one of these fruit had a different name originally, and that name has been changed in order to avoid to pay an import tax. Specifically, I can tell you, the import tax in the US. So the United States have a special tax for specific categories of fruits. So one of these fruit had to change its name in order to not pay the tax. So it was A, the kiwi, B, the watermelon, or C, the pineapple. And we forgot to put the countdown, but doesn't matter. The
Starting now.
countdown is starting now.
Countdown is starting now. I mean, it's interesting to think about how a country values different fruits and vegetables according to what they tax and what they don't, you know?
So anyway, I think I found a counter. Let me see if I can, in a very bad way, put it on.
I can do the counting.
You can be the counting, okay?
30 seconds left.
I'm sorry, darling, if I'm trying to replace you with a machine. Yeah. So now this, we will use these later.
15 seconds left.
And here are our faces again. We are actually in the same place, eh? For once. Yeah, yeah, you don't need to do that. Thank you. Thank you. Very cute. So, let's see the question. Oh, I hear an alarm. Okay, no idea, Dave. Just okay, you voted D, like usual. So this is very interesting because let me write end of question 2 in the chat. The right answer is actually A, the kiwi. Why? Well, the kiwi, the original name of the kiwi for our Western society is the gooseberry Chinese.
Gooseberry.
Thank you. Gooseberry, not gooseberry.
Gooseberry.
Gooseberry, Chinese gooseberry. Chinese gooseberry, so it's a berry. And in the US, when in the US there was an import tax on melons and berries, so the Chinese gooseberry had to change name in kiwi, that it is a reference to New Zealand, where the kiwis used to be grown the most, and they called it kiwi to reference New Zealand. But bonus question, and this is for you, Jess. Do you know in Europe which is the biggest exporter of kiwis?
But don't they grow in New Zealand?
Well, the name originally is from New Zealand, but now one of the biggest producers of kiwi is actually in Europe. Do you know? In chat? Write in chat if you know. If you don't know, you will know it very soon. What is it?
Um, is it Switzerland?
Switzerland indeed is very famous for kiwis. No, it's not famous for kiwis. We will see for what Switzerland is famous for later. Kiwis are grown a lot, but really a lot, in Italy. And I wasn't expecting that, but actually, if you look around in Italy, mostly in Sicily, they are there are a lot of kiwis. Maybe Italy. Sara, you got it. Also Alberto. And also Flexerification. I don't know who you are, Flexerification, but your name is Tongue Twister. Tongue Twister? Tongue Twister. Okay, let's go with question number
3.
3. Do you want to read this?
Okay. Which plant was engineered to prevent famine in 1930s Russia? Potato, potato onion, turnip.
Can you please repeat the?
Which plant was engineered to prevent famine in 1930s Russia? Was it A, potato, B, onion, or C, turnip?
And we have the countdown now. So I'm gonna put the countdown here on this Russian farmer. So which plant was engineered to prevent famine in 1930s in Russia? So these are all mix of two plants: potato, and tomato, potonion, potato and onion, or poturnip, potato and turnip. Hello, Alkmaar.
Potsky.
What?
Potsky, Dave says.
Potsky. Dave,
That's
what is it, Potsky?
that's the
Mix?
combination of potato and a jet ski. Also very nutritious.
Sarah says B because sounds like plutonium, plutonium. Yes, you're right. Okay, countdown is finished. The right answer was and is. You want to know? You know it?
Potato.
Yes, it was A, potato. So practically this let's call it scientist, it was a Russian scientist, Trofim Lysenko, didn't believe in the theories about genetics and peace of Mendel. You know Mendel that proved that the genes are transferred in an hereditary way. Well, Lysenko didn't believe it, and he made these. Practically, took a potato, he took a tomato, he planted the tomato inside the potato, and called it the potatomo. So actually, he had a Russian name. I don't know Russian, so I don't know the real name. Anyway, he thought that with this great invention, that was including a special ritual of burying the potato with the tomato and blessing it with an Orthodox ritual, he believed that with that he could have prevented the famine in Russia. Unfortunately, millions died, so he wasn't right at all. So let's believe in genetics because it has been proven right. No?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Um, Next question. Are we going? Yes, we're going very well. So let's go to the question number. I've not wrote here. End of question 3. Sorry. By the way, can you hear us properly? Yes, Alkmaar. Yes, Jaco, I know that you had one in the garden. So it is now actually back in fashion, the potato mousse. So you can find it in many garden shops. And you can even grow it in the Netherlands, like it has been proven, even in Alkmaar. So question number 4. Can you read it, please?
Which method of growing vegetables consumes less water? A, organic, B, industrial, or C, hydroculture? Where's the counter?
You're right.
You shouldn't have
Go.
replaced me with that counter.
You're right. So the counter is going here.
Which method of growing vegetables consumes less water? A, organic, B, industrial, or C, hydroculture?
Hi, Fabienne. Aka Team Arachno is also watching. Very happy. Do spiders eat vegetables? This is a question for you. But yeah, which method of growing vegetables consumes less water? Organic, industrial, or hydroculture? Organic is in the ground. Industrial is in the ground but with a lot of machinery and pesticides. And C, hydroculture, that it is growing them in water. Please don't destroy my desk. We have a very small desk and we are trying to cope with that. But it seems very big, but it isn't. Come here. Okay. Nice. So the countdown finished. So let's go back to the question. So have you wrote Yes, everyone. Bionic. Dave, you have to explain me what is bionic growing of vegetables because is with steroids. I don't know. I think the
Probably
Mario
in machinery, no?
in machinery.
Yeah, like aluminium and that kind of thing.
That would be mechanic. Okay, end of question 4. And we are going back to the studio to switch the question. Ooh. It's a pity that we don't have soundtrack. Maybe you could make it. I was more thinking about dancing like an Egyptian. So, which vegetables was considered a symbol of eternal life for the Egyptians? Grain, onion, or potatoes? And let's put the countdown here under the Sphinx. Sphinx. Sorry, I turn on the camera because seeing Jess singing is very fun.
Isn't really enough space to do Egyptian.
Yeah, all in this direction, yeah. Thank you,
Sorry.
Fabienne, for confirming that spiders prefer meat. So be careful with your meat.
Human meat.
Human meat? I don't know. Maybe there are giant spiders that eat human meat, but I never heard of them, thankfully. What was the answer of question 4? The question 4 was potatomo. A. Potato and tomato. So what? So which vegetable was considered a symbol of eternal life for the Egyptians?
What do we want?
Yeah, we want the Egyptians now. Sorry, Dave. So, which vegetable was considered a symbol of eternal life for the Egyptian? Grain, onion, or potatoes? A, B, or C? I think I wasted some time because not everyone has already wrote their answer. So, Fabienne, brought your answer before I write end of question 5, and we give the solution to this. Tap, tap, tap. So, end of question 5. Okay, Orlando!
Orlando!
Chorus for Orlando. When he comes, everyone is happy. So, yes. Oh, okay. Some people arrived late. I'm writing their question. Question 5. I do this. Okay, now Orlando, you already gave your answer and you said onion with B, and B it is. The Egyptians considered the onion a symbol of eternal life. And why? Do you know, Jess?
Because they're stinky.
Maybe, but according to Wikipedia, is the Egyptians saw eternal life in the anatomy of the onion because of its circle within a circle structure. So having many layers represented eternity. No? And they used also to bury people with onions. Thankfully, they were not Vikings. Vikings used to roast people, and with onions could have been nice.
Could have been quite a nice kind of ragu, maybe like a roasted Viking.
Okay, no,
Onions, maybe some turnips.
that's not a ragu.
Potato mo.
That's not a ragu, that's a roast, but it's fine anyway. Now let's fly to the question number 6. Ooh, do you want to read this, please?
Which fruit could you rent during the Victorian era to show your wealth? A. Papaya, B. Avocado, or C. Pineapple? Which fruit could you rent to rent during Victorian era to show your wealth? Papaya, avocado, or pineapple?
This is a very interesting question because this is all about showing off power, no?
Or D. Turnip.
Turnip. No, D is not included. Only Dave can add the D option. Anyway, with the burial of the Egyptian, Dave suggests also HP sauce with the roast.
Yes.
Sarah says pineapple, Orlando says a papaya, and Alb also says pineapple, Eduardo A. It's nice because now we buy expensive watches, computer, clothes, but in the past where things were simpler, where things were simpler, people just used to buy special fruits and vegetables, no? There are many cases of very expensive fruits and vegetables, but what it is that we are, which is the case of today. So countdown finished. People loves the turnip. And which fruit could you rent during Victoria era to show your wealth? I'm going to write in chat end of question 6 because I think that everyone already wrote. Thank you, ma'am, to join with the answer. Uh,
It's the answer is turnip with HP sauce.
No, the right answer is C, pineapple. And indeed, in many architectures of the Victorian period, you can see like sculptures of pineapple on top of door porches or house porches. How do you say?
Yeah, porches.
Porches? Porches? House porches? You see there are the pineapple, or even in some table they are engraved in wood. So now we can buy a pineapple for 50 cent, 50 euro cent, and don't know in pounds. But in the past, there were services like rent a pine, so without an app, but they did
And
exist.
in the future, you'll probably get holograms of pineapples to show your wealth.
Well, probably yes. Probably Bill Gates already has some kind of pineapple, augmented reality pineapple. Let's go to question number 7. And I think that I liked onions a lot. Do you want to?
The tulip mania was the first financial bubble, but for what tulips were initially mistaken for? What were tulips initially mistaken for? A. Onions. B. Rose bulbs. C. Garlic.
Is it wrong grammatically?
Mm, but
Should
for what tulips? But what were tulips initially mistaken for?
what were tulips? We even do,
And then
grammar fixes real time. Okay. Actually, Grammarly doesn't like this correction, Jess.
well, I play by my own rules.
Okay, so nobody can say anything to Jess because she is from Cambridge, so she knows her stuff.
Um,
And now she goes back to correct the thing. Anyway, we have 30 seconds. And so, you know for what the tulips were mistaken for. The tulip bulb looks like one of these answers: A, onion; B, rose bulbs; or C, garlic. Oh, there are also May and Thais. Hi, Thais.
Hi,
You are playing. You should know this.
goedenavond.
Goedenavond from the Netherlands. So I'm expecting you to know this. Okay, countdown finished. So we are going to write end of question 7. Okay, end of question 7. Okay, so practically the Dutch troop, Orlando, you arrived late, but I'm writing again end of question 7. So actually the tulip bulbs were confused with onions. And about this, I have a little story about myself, personal story. I was 18 and it was my first time in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. And it was also one of my first times trying to walk in the city in confused state, let's say. Because I did took some substance by error, let's say. Anyway, I confused the flower market for an onion market. So I went back to Italy and I told to everybody how many onions they were selling in Amsterdam. People are still laughing at me today. Originally comes from Turkey, the onion or
Tulip.
the tulip. Thank you, Fabienne. Thank you. We didn't knew that. Eduardo laughs a lot because I think that he had a very similar experience in the market in Amsterdam. Well, I lived there for 4 years, so I learned the difference from an onion and a tulip. Okay, question number 8. But for this, we have a little video to show. So stay there and don't go away. 40 seconds of video. And we have a question about this.
Most important of all, it's resulted in an exceptionally heavy spaghetti crop. The last 2 weeks of March are an anxious time for the spaghetti farmer. There's always the chance of a late frost, which, while not entirely ruining the crop, generally impairs the flavor and makes it difficult for him to obtain top prices in world markets. But now these dangers are over, and the spaghetti harvest goes forward. Spaghetti cultivation here in Switzerland is not, of course, carried out on anything like the tremendous scale of the Italian industry. Many of you, I'm sure, will have seen pictures of the vast spaghetti plantations in the Po Valley. Many people are often puzzled by the fact that spaghetti is produced at such uniform length. But this is the result of many years of patient endeavor by plant breeders who've succeeded in producing the perfect spaghetti. For those who love this dish, there's nothing like real homegrown spaghetti.
Okay, and then we are back. Just do not sleep. We are still doing the quiz. Come on. So, no, I'm joking. So, have you seen? This was a BBC. How do you say? Show? No, BBC
Segment.
segment. Segment. This is the proper word. Segment. BBC segment about spaghetti crops. So, let me start the countdown and show you the question. So, after the BBC hired this segment. What happened? So it was in 1957. So the A, spaghetti prices increased, or B, British people called the BBC to learn how to grow the tree, the spaghetti tree, or C, Italy invaded Switzerland as retaliation for having stolen this incredible secret. So this is very curious. This is a real segment that was aired on TV. And let's see.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop.
Okay, is Alberto is saying that C would have been great, so to invade Switzerland as retaliation for this, but he's going for B. Also, Fabi is going for B. Orlando is going for B. May went for A. That my mother went for A. Sarah B. So let me write end of question 8, and we are going also toward the end of question 8. The real answer is that British people called to learn how to grow the tree, and probably it is also true what Dave wrote in the chat. So if you had taken attention to the chat, you would have guessed, because Dave said that people phoned to ask if it was April the 1st, and indeed it was April the 1st of 1957, in the day in which that segment was aired.
Ah, my first birthday.
My mother always arrives a little late with the answer, but I think that is because the connection where she is not so good. Okay, and then we are 1959, so we really need to go to the last question because our half hour is almost finished, and let's read it loud.
Kolrabi, is that it? Kolrabi.
Kolrabi, yeah.
Kolrabi was first discovered in A, Northern Europe, B, North Korea, or C, Northern America. Kolrabi was first discovered in A, North Europe, B, North Korea, or C, Northern America.
So
what is it? Is it kind of radish?
It's kind of radish. Yes, it is kind of a radish. They're in the chat. They're saying that I'm harassing the British. I'm sorry. Okay. So, but we have a representative that can defend herself, I hope. But yeah, I'm glad that there are people that are supporting her. Brava Jess. But the kohlrabi. So what is this? From where is it coming from? These vegetables? And of course, I forgot. You're much better than the machine, Jess. I'm sorry. I'm relying on this fishy countdown. So you can see it here in the image how it looks like that vegetable. Alb never discovered it. Yeah, it's not very common. I also didn't knew this. This.
Are we sure that it's not a fruit?
I'm 100% sure it's not a fruit because it is a root.
And it has leaves.
It has leaves. The part that you're eating of this is the root, so it's not a fruit. The fruit comes out of the flower.
And does it taste disgusting?
No, actually, it tastes delicious. They do many specialities of kohlrabi where they discovered it. So 12 seconds to go. I see people writing their answers. Kolrabi. Dave is saying that Kolrabi was the president somewhere. Well, the name could sound like that. Okay, the countdown finished. Do you know the answer to this, Jess? Well, I'm not sure. No, I do know the answer of this because I did wrote the question. So let me just write before giving the answer end of question 9. So these strange vegetables, the kohlrabi, is not Northern American, is not North Korean, and it is North European. So is very common in Germany. In Germany, there are so many recipes with this. If you want to ask me a recipe, I don't know that.
Probably they pickle it, don't you think?
Maybe they pickle it.
Pickled kohlrabi. I can imagine that'd be nice with some turnip and HP sauce.
Yes. So, well, we can try to roast it. Well, this was it for tonight because we've been live for 32 minutes now. So thank you for participating. I think that last week with the Dutch Delight quiz, the winner was actually an Italian, and an Italian that lives nearby us, that is Sara. So congratulations for winning the quiz last week. Thank you for participating and staying with us tonight. And I'm just going to say hello, playing the video of the carrots again because I really like it. Do you want to say something before I play that?
I just want to say thank you for joining us and good night. And we've been Bill McIntosh and Fiona Scansworth.
Goodbye. I leave you to Dave and Tobias.
What do we want? What we want? What we want? A carrot rainbow. We want 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 a carrot revolution, and we want it now.